I got him in the screen. Did you see that? Welcome back to your friendly neighborhood AI wife. We are going to get straight into these videos.
It was fake until I went on the CIA.gov and found it.
Here we go.
And I was like, what am I looking at? Okay, so we talked about before Project Stargate.
Yes.
Remember?
Yep.
That's the remote viewing?
Yes.
Well, apparently, so Project Stargate was started in the 70s, 1970s. In 1985, they started a new project called Project Sunstreet, which sounds pretty similar to Stargate, except they did more like obscure things for remote viewing. So some instances would be like they had remote viewers within Project Sunstreet that would do drug busts all over the world. And there's one guy who was 50% effective. So he would sit in a room and they'd give him a map and he's like, they're going to be here, here, here. 50% of the time he's always right. With big drug busts.
That's nuts.
But there was one that I said, this has to be a joke. Not a joke. This was a real mission in Project Stargate. And
this is a CIA government document.
Yes. Okay. And I have the document right here. It's on CIA.gov. This was training target 0209 is the Ark of the Covenant.
What are they doing with it?
On December 5th, 1988, this one man, for his training exercise, was to find the Ark of the Covenant. And what he wrote was bone chilling. What he saw.
Antarctica.
Okay. No.
Pyramids.
I'm just going to read what he said.
Yeah.
It's not that long.
Directly from .gov.
Yeah. So this is the official. His what do you call it?
Debrief.
Or his viewer number 032. So number viewer 32. Like this is what he said about the Ark of the Covenant. Target is in a container. This container has another container inside of it. The target is fashioned of wood, gold, and silver. The target is similar in shape to AOL, which I don't know what that means. A coffin, and it is decorated with styrofoam. See sketch, page 16.
So they're describing it.
Yeah. He's viewing it and they're writing down. The target is located somewhere in the Middle East as the language spoken by individuals present seemed to be Arabic. Visuals of surrounding buildings indicated the presence of a mosque, domes, question mark. See page 12. Individuals in the area were clothed in virtually all white, had black hair and dark eyes. One figure I homed in on wore a mustache. There's just one guy.
Can't trust him.
It's probably named Keith.
My stepdad's no good.
The target is hidden underground. Dark and wet were all aspects of the location of the target. The purpose of the target is to bring people together. See page 16. It has something to do with ceremony, memory, homage, and the resurrection.
What?
There is an aspect of spirituality, information, lessons, and historical knowledge far beyond what we know. The target, this is the part. The target, being the Ark of the Covenant, is protected by entities. See page 14. And can only be opened by those who are authorized to do so. This container will not / cannot be opened until the time is deemed correct. Once it is time to open the container, the mechanics of the lock system will be found to be fairly simple. Individuals opening the container by prying or striking are destroyed by the container's protectors. See page 17. Through the use of a power unknown to us. That is a CIA document.
That's the craziest thing I've ever heard, dude. Entities?
Protected by entities.
And only authorized people can go. Who's authorized?
The Levites.
I mean, golly, dude. It's wet and it's dark. entities are protecting it.
Yeah.
I don't like
but
that.
What's interesting is he says seraphim on the thing, but then he refers to entities too.
Yeah, and the entities are protecting it.
Yeah, the outside. Not a part of it.
Well, no, what's weird is I heard the thing. Apparently after this, there was a briefing about this within the CIA. And this was a training exercise. This is what he came away with. But the man knew nothing. He did not know how to speak Arabic. He knew nothing of the Middle East.
Yeah.
And so they're saying a lot of the pictures that he drew and whatnot, and the words that he said lined up a lot with Ethiopia. Because they have a very Middle Eastern architect buildings and stuff. And there's that one place where they claim the Ark of the Covenant is, and the guards in it, they typically dress all white and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So there's a good chance that it's in Ethiopia.
Well, that's always been the thought. So what's stopping, if it is there, and even dumb people like me know that it's rumored to be there. Has the government ever made a trip to Ethiopia like that? Is there?
Oh yeah, they definitely have.
I mean, has there ever been weird things like that?
That's the conspiracy is that they found this out. Like we don't think that's the Middle East. We think you're talking about Ethiopia. The conspiracy is that the CIA went and apprehended the Ark of the Covenant.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Now this is heavy. I love a good conspiracy theory, and all I could think of the entire time that I'm watching this is in the back of my head, I remember them talking about the Ark of the Covenant and how it was carried from one tomb to another. That's in my head. It's like a vague memory that I have growing up because I grew up in church. I don't go to church often anymore, but I definitely grew up, and I remember them talking about carrying the Ark of the Covenant and how certain people were able to carry it and how holy it was. Is this the same thing that I'm thinking about? Is this what I'm thinking about? I'm going to go do some research and kind of refresh my memory, and I will let you know when I have a brain fog or can't remember something the right way. So I'm just thinking about this. Now, in this case, the way they are describing this Ark of the Covenant, how with the entities being around it and protecting it, that is some out of this world type of stuff. I think there is so much that happens in this universe that we do not know what it is. We only use a certain percentage of our brain. So I think there is a reason for that. And we don't even know what is really going on in this world. And for the CIA to be studying this and to have this documented on their website shows you that there's validity to this story. This isn't just a made up down the white rabbit hole of stories. This gentleman is talking about what he's seeing. He's at the location. He's on scene. He's writing down the evidence of what he's seeing. And he's talking about the scenario, the experience, what the Ark of the Covenant looks like, who is protecting it, how certain people cannot touch it. Goodness, it sounds like some movie stuff that we've seen in the movies. What are we talking about here? And it just goes to show you that there is so much that we have no clue about, right? And they always say history is told by the winners. So what is that? What are these entities? And then my mind goes way over here to where when they're speaking of entities, I think about, it was just this past December when the Pope opened a special door that's not opened for how many years, and that it's protected and guarded. So there's a lot of stuff we don't know. I think it's fair to say that. And we just believe what we're told. And there's other people who are true seekers who really want to get to the bottom of this. And in this case, the fact that it was on the CIA website lets you know that there is truth to it. And there's stuff that they are trying to keep away. And what are these entities? Please tell me more. I am not trying to open a door of learning things that I don't need to know, but I do need some context. I want to look into the story and I want to look more into it because my mind is just going all over the place because I'm trying to piece together what I remember growing up as a child based on what I just heard here and what connects all of it together. But in this case, you have a room full of people who have never really heard this. One gentleman's like, hey, let me bring a story to you that I read that's on the CIA website. And to where people are like, oh my gosh, shock and awe. It's like we don't know about this stuff until somebody brings it to our attention. And there's a bunch of stories out there like this. But do I believe that there is an Ark of Covenant out there that is hidden and that is protected by human people and by entities? I absolutely believe that. If there was the Bible, if there were all the stories in there, there's going to be more that we do not know. So that was intense. That was a deep one. I mean, I could go on just a conspiracy theory forever on that. We can go down a rabbit hole of that, but I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to allow my brain to go so completely right without getting some context and getting some facts in there. Because if you don't have a little bit of facts to go with your conspiracy theory, next thing you know, you're on a downward spiral, and we know where that goes. Because you guys know I am a doom scroller, and I try not to be, but it's just part of me. I just cannot help it. Growing up, my mom was into crazy stories. She liked shock, awe, suspense. Too much about serial killers. So there's a lot of stuff that I'm like, I don't want to know that. But I do like conspiracy theories, and I do like to get caught up in that. But on this one about the Ark of the Covenant, I need to go research for myself so that I can bring it back to you, so that I can do some reading on that, so I'm better prepared, because I told you my husband just puts these videos in front of me and says, there you go, respond to that. And I'm like, okay, all right. Nice little heads up would have been nice. We're talking about deep stuff here. Ark of the Covenant that could potentially be in Ethiopia. Who knows? Who knows where it is, right? Who knows who these entities who are guarding it with their lightsabers? Oh my goodness. That was heavy, but I like it. I can take on heavy. You guys, if this is your first time, welcome. If you're a return customer, welcome back. Make sure that you hit that subscribe button. We drop content daily over here. Daily. It's a little bit of everything. Sometimes I rant. I talk about politics. Today we talked about conspiracy theories. Then my husband just has me watch a bunch of scary videos. And I'm talking scary like people on high heights that are going downside of buildings, that are jumping. That's what scares me, okay? I'm not too much into the shock and awe of like really scary. I don't like that stuff. I told you my mom was into that and me not so much. My sister, yes, me. Anyways, I appreciate you. We will see you because we're about to wrap this up and come on back. I'll see you next time. Peace out.